What you're currently listening to is the Elgato Wave DX, but this video is not about this microphone. I've covered it extensively. I think it's a fantastic microphone for the price, and if you've got $100 to spend, I think it's a great XLR microphone that not only looks great, but also sounds great. Plug and play, kind of really awesome sound to it just naturally, and that's what you're hearing now. This is the naturally raw sound. But that's not what we're talking about today. We're talking about what it's on. This arm. This is the low profile mic arm from Elgato, but this is the Pro version. And we have both of them. Here, I'll pull them out. I've been using their other arm, the original low profile arm, which I believe you still can buy. Obviously, links and everything will be down in the description. Their affiliate links. Thank you if you purchase and support the channel. Great. But this arm is their Pro version. And you might ask the question, like, how do you upgrade a mic arm? Simple. Not only add more customization, an adjustable arm that's just by tension, and you kind of remove all the things that people haven't really liked about your previous arm. I think Elgato's knocked it out of the park. Let's talk about this arm. For full disclaimer, Elgato did send this arm over to me, as well as this white Wave DX and a white Stream Deck, as well as the XLR attachment for the Stream Deck Plus. We're going to be doing videos on those separately from this arm. No money changed hands. They just sent it over for me to take a look at, do a review, and make some content with. So let's talk about this mic arm. So if you're taking a look at this, this is actually the Facecam Pro, and here are both mic arms. You're currently listening to, again, the Wave DX, and we're on the new Wave Arm Pro. And I'm going to go ahead and show some footage of a previous recording I did when I was actually first unboxing this microphone, doing kind of a first impressions recording. I didn't release that video because in that video, I actually thought that they were just replacing the SKU of this one with the Pro and didn't check the price. But there is a completely different price for these two, and that's why I believe that both are still going to be continued to be sold. This arm right here is $99, and I've seen it on sale before. I really said that this was probably one of the best arms that you could get, build quality, things like that, but it had its flaws just like everything, and that's just personal preference. The Wave Arm Pro is actually $179, and some of you are probably going to immediately go, wow, that's a lot of money for a microphone arm. After using it for the past 2 weeks consistently, I do not see myself going back to this, and actually messing with it now immediately makes me realize, yes, it was totally worth the upgrade. So here it is. This is the Wave Mic Arm Pro. By the way, if you're curious, the camera, A6700 with a 16mm, and then this is actually the Facecam Pro from Elgato, which is what I'm using for the overhead. Anyway, Wave Mic Arm Pro. They're low profile. They sent it to me in white. Thank you. Yeah, let's get in this. Getting inside the box seems pretty easy enough. And it's literally the exact same color as the original one, which is nice, obviously because it's white, whatever the case. But so we're inside the box. They do give us some documentation. I think I have focusing off. Seems like it's pretty much, you know, what you'd expect from a low profile arm, but they've included a couple of things and they've upgraded some stuff, and it seems like it comes completely apart. So we are going to have to assemble it, and let's just do that together. So there are so many people who got this product ahead of time to take a look at. I have refused to look at anyone's review because I don't want to be biased when I'm taking a look at this, just because I use this arm. I use a low profile arm all the time. I think that it is a fantastic upgrade to a setup, especially if you don't want to have one over and in the shot. I think that they're really nice. And so this will most likely, you know, depending, become my daily driver arm, but we got to see exactly what we get. Okay, so here's the, like, I guess you would consider the main arm that's got the actual piece on the end. They've got quarter 20. I do know that they include a bunch of the other stuff to be able to convert it to like regular mic. If I drop it, convert it to like a regular mic, or even the other thread, or like a regular mic arm kind of thread. They also include a little Allen wrench that's got an Elgato thing on there, just so that you know this is what this is for. And it's got 2 different sizes on here, which is nice that they've labeled it like that. So that's cool. I will definitely be using those. And the arm looks like it does not have, for example, on the top of this one, you see that it's got the channel to where you can actually pop off with magnets, and that was kind of one of the biggest complaints, was these magnets on the old arm did not hold very well. And I think honestly the later versions of this, they increased, like, I guess the strength of the magnet, because I haven't had too much problem with mine. But there are some other things we need to talk about to see if it's good or not. They do have a tension piece right here, so you can go ahead and tighten this up rather than it being the other system, which if you see right here, there's actually a twisty ball right here, and you can't adjust it up and down like while you're using it without like kind of forcing it and pushing it. So this obviously is going to wear out sooner. So I like the fact that they put a spring system in here. The bottom, these are still magnets. Oh my gosh, but they are a lot harder to get off. Oh my stuff. If you can see that, there's a channel right here for you to run your cables inside. That is some really strengthened magnets. They are definitely, oh yeah, I feel like they're just a little bit stronger, but man, that little bit makes a big difference. I mean, that's kind of difficult to get off. The second arm, which is going to be considered like your base arm, which is there, obviously has the same kind of magnet and same piece. A little shank right here to be able to attach it to the arm. And then they have a riser, which I think is really cool, just to be able to raise it up another couple of inches to get it up and off the desk. Maybe I'll use the riser. I kind of like the idea of the riser. And the main reason why I think they included this is because it comes across, like mine comes across my keyboard, which you can see right there. That's very, very close. Like that's only maybe like an inch above the keyboard. So maybe giving it that little extra height will not less make it feel as cramped maybe. Let's get all that put away. Let's put this together and let's see what it looks like put together. All right, so I'm taking you guys on a journey. Here is the mic arm that's set up with the other arm right here. This is the original low profile, and here is the new profile arm. And what you can see is here's the keyboard. You can see that, I mean, it's literally just barely below that one, but now there's a lot more space right here, which I personally love. Looking at the arm itself, it is a spring-loaded arm, which is also really nice. I do like the branding. I like that it's white on this side, and I do like the fact that you can rotate it depending on where it's going to be. Really cool. They do include the adjustments here. They feel like metal, but they also feel like plastic. I don't know, but I think they'll be fine. Hopefully they'll hold up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put the short SM7B, but I wanna talk about one of the main complaints that I have with the original, which is this, the actual ball. So this right here is actually a 3D piece of whatever that I printed off of Thingiverse, and it perfectly matches the ball head over here. Let me move you over there. What you can see here is it perfectly matches the ball head to be able to tighten and loosen this. And if I don't, for example, let me take this off. This is like finger loose, right? If I touch this microphone, do you see how easy it is to fall? And I think this is one of the things that really irks me is heavier microphones like the SM7B or something like the Rode Pod mic. You have to really crank down. And that's why people printed these tools so that I could put this on here, really crank that down so that this doesn't move and will hold in place, because having your microphone move like midstream, crazy. But anyway, I like this. So the real question is, how about this one? Now, this tool doesn't fit on there, so I'm hoping that just doing finger tight is going to be perfect for that. It looks like it's the same kind of like ball that's there, but as you can see, it's a different kind of attachment nut. And what I was mentioning earlier was you see there's no piece right here because there's actually a spring inside. All right, let me switch this microphone over to this arm and see what we got. So I have it on here, and let me just tell you this concern that I had with the knob over here. As I loosen it, sure, it's really easy to loosen, but as I tighten it, holy stuff, does it hold this in place. So this is not used anymore unless I use the other arm, because this holds it in place beautifully. Like if it's no tilt, hand tightened, I'm still pulling against it, and it's holding it just fine. So the SM7B does have a lot of weight to it, and so it is easy to kind of move this tension arm. However, there is an adjustment piece. So what I'm going to do is actually tighten that. Make sure you look, because the screw seems backwards than like the logical righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's lefty-tighty. Anyway, so I'm glad that they include this tool. This one side of this tool is to actually do the tension, which is that side, and then this side is to be able to tighten up all the pieces that attach to each other and adjust how much it can move in and out. So my final thoughts on the low profile pro arm from Elgato. I think that number one, Elgato is trying to do something and make things easier for creators. This, me allowing to just, I literally push it down. Here, let me cut to the other shot. I'm gonna have to, obviously I'm not gonna be talking because I'm gonna move the microphone, but just watch. You can see how this one's kind of tucked out of the way. For me to be able to do that with the previous arm, I had to force it down and force it back up, and then really hurt this little tensioning spot down here. This is how easy it is for me to get it out of the way. I want it back. It's that easy because it's all spring loaded, adjustable. Like I can literally bend this and get it out of the way. And this is specifically my setup, but I was so tired of untwisting, lowering it, tightening it, pushing it out of the way. And I've had multiple different setups with this microphone arm, and this is top notch. So you might be asking yourself the question, is it worth the upgrade to get this microphone if I already own the Elgato low profile arm, the first version of it? And I'm gonna say this, if you haven't stripped the stuff out and it hasn't been an issue for you up to this point, the magnets haven't been an issue, you haven't had a problem tightening things down, I personally wouldn't upgrade. But if you're a person who's looking to maybe upgrade from maybe one of those like crappy black stands, you know, the $15 ones you get off Amazon, and you're wanting something that you're going to be able to upgrade to, get full customization, you get that low profile, you get the riser, all of that cool stuff, and you want that, I don't think you can go wrong with getting this arm. Now, $180 is kind of steep for the cost, but just like when you upgrade your computer, for example, like this is a pretty expensive computer that I have over here. It's like buying really expensive computer parts and then using a really crappy monitor. Now you're viewing it horribly. That's like buying the most expensive microphone in the world, something like, not that this is the most expensive, but a $400 Shure SM7B, right? And you put it on a little $15 arm that creaks and cracks and everything all over the place. I mean, what benefit do you get out of this? Or you don't even buy a stand. You get some little thing on the table, you can't even get it close. I think the tools that you upgrade for your channel should be the things that give you the most benefit. And for me, I love a low profile arm. If I was going to purchase this outright, would I pay $180 for it? If I didn't own one of these arms already, I think that just this tensioner and being able to actually mess with it when I was at TwitchCon, yeah, I mean, it feels nice. So that being said, if you want to pick one up for yourself, there are links in the description. I'll even leave a link for the previous one. I'll even show the video link that I did where I compared a whole bunch of them and even showed a $50 low profile arm that you could use as an alternative. If you're budget conscious, it's not as good as these, both of these, but for $50, it's a really good option. That being said, Elgato, continue doing what you're doing. Comment down below, what do you want to see from the Stream Deck and the XLR dock? I want to pull it closer, but I feel like I'm going to unplug something. Anyway, what do you want to see from the Stream Deck Plus and the XLR dock? What questions do you have? I've been using it solid for 2 weeks. That is a solid upgrade. Thanks, guys. I hope y'all enjoy. Check out one of these two videos. This one will be the actual microphone arm reviews, and this one will actually talk about some stuff that I think you're really going to find interesting for your channel. Y'all have a great day.